Alright, let's start with the obvious question. How does a scruffy TV mechanic end up in Congress? That's the wild story of Ben Jones, aka Cooter Davenport, from the Dukes of Hazzard, a guy who went from fixing engines on screen to fixing political systems in real life. But here's the twist I find fascinating. His career trajectory wasn't just quirky, it exposed this bizarre overlap between Hollywood storytelling and political theater. Let me unpack why this matters more than you'd think. First, let's talk about the Dukes of Hazzard. For a show that was basically a weekly car chase with a side of Southern stereotypes, it launched Jones into the public consciousness. But here's what people miss. His character wasn't just comic relief. Cooter was the moral backbone of Hazzard County, right? He was the guy who'd fix the General Lee while dodging Sheriff Roscoe's incompetence. And that's where the irony kicks in. Jones took that folksy integrity into politics, but the real world? It's way messier than a 1970s TV script. Case in point, his 1988 congressional race. He admitted to having more skeletons than the Smithsonian, alcoholism, personal struggles, but framed it as redemption. Politicians today could learn from that honesty, but of course, they'd rather weaponize perfection myths instead. Now, let's dissect the acting politics link. Jones straight up said his acting skills helped him connect with voters. Wait, so the same man who improvised scenes with a car flying through the air was improvising town halls? That duality cracks me up. Because here's the thing, politicians are performers. They craft narratives, hit emotional beats, and sell a version of truth, just like actors. But Jones had the rare advantage of being both. He didn't just play a character, he understood how to be a character in the public eye. That's why his ethics complaint against Newt Gingrich in '98 had teeth. It wasn't just about morality, it was about narrative control. He knew how to weaponize story arcs. And then there's the legacy angle. Most actors from retro shows fade into nostalgia obscurity, but Jones kept monetizing his role in ways that feel ahead of his time. Cooter's garage band. Themed museums. Dude basically invented the modern influencer career path before it was a thing. He leaned into his niche so hard that his political opponents couldn't even escape it. Shout out to that 2014 letter he wrote trashing Eric Cantor. It's like he never stopped being the guy who outsmarted the system on TV. Art imitating life? No, life imitating his art. But here's my deeper takeaway. Ben Jones represents a dying breed of authenticity. In an era where politicians hire image consultants and actors stick to safe Instagram activism, he blurred the lines without apology. Was he perfect? No. But he was real. And his story forces us to ask, why do we separate entertainment and leadership when both are about persuasion? Maybe the next time a celebrity runs for office, we shouldn't roll our eyes. Maybe we should remember Cooter Davenport and how he turned a fictional grease monkey into a real-life political wildcard. What do you think? Drop your takes below, no CB radios required.